Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mix It Up Monday, which is a series hosted by Tara over at the Paper Snob, and it involves mixed media. This is the sketch that we are using today, and it is by Janessa Franco, and I'm going to put it up in the corner there for you to look at so you can kind of follow along. I did do mixed media for this one. Obviously, it's a mixed media hop, but it took a little bit of calculation here. So I pulled out my centering ruler and I found the center of the page on all four sides and kind of made a little tick mark at that spot. And then I went ahead and just used some washi tape to go ahead and mark it out so that I could do my mixed media inside of that. Now I am kind of marking out how far in I want to go with my mixed media. I went about an inch in, inch and a half. I don't know, inch and a half I think is what I did there. It's hard to tell on screen. And I did it a little bit ago. So I pulled out some picked raspberry distress oxide ink, and I'm going to use that because it matches my shirt pretty well. And then I am using my rulers to go ahead and block off the other areas so I don't accidentally get ink in those areas. I'm using a blending brush to apply my picked raspberry ink, and that is just kind of taking care of the whole job for me. The extra ruler on the outside is just so I don't accidentally go over the washi tape and over the line, because it's, you know, only like an inch thick, and sometimes I get aggressive with my ink application. So I didn't want to make a mistake and go over that washi tape and have it on the outside of the layout. I did only leave in the video of me doing this on 2 passes. I didn't make you sit through me doing all of it just because it's kind of time consuming, and it's not, I don't know. It's interesting to know that I did it, but I didn't think you needed to sit through all of it because the video got quite long, leaving all of the blending in, which really there is not a lot of blending going on. It's just getting good coverage. I'm not blending 2 colors or anything. If I had been blending 2 colors, I probably would have left more of the video in for that, but I figured this is just putting on one application, or yeah, well, I'm going over it multiple times, so I guess that counts as one application. And then I have this really old background stamp in my stash. I do not know who it's by. And I am doing a tone on tone ink of it. And one of the reasons I decided to do this is because I've got this photo of me and MK, and she always inspires me to pull out my stamps, especially to use them for mixed media purposes, not just in making embellishments or something like that. And so I thought, what better way to honor her and our friendship but to do something that makes me think of her. And so that is what I decided to go ahead and do. Now you are going to see that I do rip my paper right here. It's just one little spot, and I'm going to just ignore that it's ripped and keep going, and that is going to get covered up by the photo. But in the meantime, I need to add a second square around this, and I want this one to be a little thicker. It's going to be darker in color. I think I went 2.5 inches on this. 2.5 inches from the outside of the other one, and I went ahead and pulled out some Catherine Pooler ink in Sangria. I probably could have also used Seedless Preserves, which is a little bit more purpley than I wanted, so that's the reason I went with a Catherine Pooler. And I did have to, this little mini ink pad that I have has been around for a while, and I've never re-inked it. So I did have to take a moment to go and re-ink it throughout the process because, like I said, I've had it in my stash for several years, at least, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, and I've never used a re-inker on it, and it's small, so it doesn't hold that much ink to begin with. And when you're doing a large application like this, I needed it a little bit more juicy. So I'm also not going to make you sit through me doing all 4 sides of this. You do get to see 2 sides, but as you can see here, I also did not use washi tape, and the main reason for that was I figured it was such a small area, and my bar magnet there is holding the ruler in place fairly well. The glass board that I have on my desk is magnetic, and it's from Glassboard Studio. If you follow me, you probably already know that, but it's magnetic, and the magnets that I have there are very strong magnets, and so they are holding everything in place while I go ahead and apply the ink. And then I'm doing the same tone on tone application using this little flower stamp, and I don't even know where the flower stamp is from. It's from a set of stamps that, I don't know, maybe MK, maybe I got it from her. I have no idea. But it's a larger flower, whereas the other ones were really tiny, and it's tone on tone, so it's going to be very subtle, and I'm totally okay with that. But I like the way that it looks, and I think it's going to go really well with the overall layout. Now, since I used my rulers instead of washi tape, you know, the ruler has a certain amount of thickness to it, so I got a crisp line, but it wasn't a perfect line. So I decided, instead of trying to fix that, I'm just going to go over it with a couple of white sketchy lines. And I will tell you, my pen does not like to write over that oxide ink very well. I don't know if it was still because it was a little bit wet or what, but it was definitely not cooperating to the fullest. And then I went ahead and went around the darker color as well with a sketchy line. And then I'm actually going to stamp around it as well with a stitched stamp. I decided to add a little bit of the sangria ink there using a water brush, just because that was easy and handy. And so I'm just picking up a little bit of that sangria and sprinkling it all over so that it looks like it brings out more of the ink, and any splotchiness of my ink is a little bit masked by the stamping and the splatter. So I'm using this Hero Hues Unicorn white ink from Hero Arts, and I am stamping using it's a set of stamps from 49 to Market. They're old. They're from Gabrielle Polacco, I believe is her name. But I've had them in my stash for many years, and I do not know that they're even available anymore. But stitching stamps are super handy to have on hand, so I keep them. I'm not somebody who gets rid of stuff that is older very often if it's a tool type of an item. So I'm liking how it's looking so far. I think this really adds to the texture of it. And then I went to my 49 and Market stuff. This is from the Rouge collection, I believe, which I didn't really have anything of other than this particular set, and I think maybe the set of flowers, and maybe, I don't know, one other small pack of ephemera or something like that. But I went ahead and pulled out this piece from the packaging. I also used my distress tool to go ahead and rough up the edges, because MK would do that. So in honor of her, I roughed up the edges of the one piece of paper that is layered on here. The rest is all going to be pretty much florals, and then I'm going to add some sequins at the very, very end. Well, actually, you don't get to see me add them because I forgot to hit record, but you will see them in the close-ups. But I just add a few sequins here and there in my clusters. The acrylic pieces that I'm using today were cut by MK. These were for a retreat that I hosted for my January retreat for the gals that we've been retreating for a couple of decades now. And so they were a custom item, but it says friends are the family we choose. And then it's got three little girls with their arm. It's like their backsides with their arm around each other. And so I decided to use those, which also inspired me to pull out this I think it's called Looking Glass, this collection from 49 and Market. And I'm pulling in this light blue flower to kind of play off of the navy blue that is in the acrylic. And I really love how it looks paired with the pinks. I think it does a beautiful job of just complementing the pinks and brightening everything else up. And it goes well with the sky that is in the photo. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I like the way that it looks. While I go ahead and put all of that together, I'll tell you a little bit about Mix It Up Monday. So again, it's hosted by Tara over at the Paper Snob, so you can check out her Facebook group. It's listed down below, as well as a playlist for those playing along on YouTube. There are also links to Instagrammers that might be playing along as well. So you can go and check out what they are doing with mixed media using the same sketch. I pretty much followed the sketch pretty exact, with the exception of I flipped it. Yeah, I just flipped it, and my title is not where the title was because my photo is larger. And I'm really liking how it's coming out. All of those darker flowers are from the Plum Grove collection, I believe, from 49 and Market. And I don't know, I love working with the florals. I think they're so pretty. And yeah, they just they make me happy, and they're like probably my favorite product from 49 and Market is all of these laser cut florals. So I always try to buy at least 2 packages of them because you can pair them up with things outside of the collection that they are meant to go with, as I am doing right here. You know, not using any of the papers. I'm just doing mixed media and then adding the clusters, and I'm liking how that's looking. I do use a little bit of liquid glue on my acrylic title because there's just no way for the ATG to hold it down or anything like that. But I did use my ATG on the back of the larger pieces just because they are large and they can handle quite a bit of the ATG, which will hopefully hold them in place over time. It's not my normal method, so I don't know. We will see how that goes. Anyway, I encourage you to go check out everyone who's playing along with this series. I'm also encourage you to go check out Tara's group. She hosts quite a few different hops throughout the month, and we actually have 3 of them this week alone. And I really do enjoy playing along with her a lot. Hops. A lot of work goes into what she does to get everything ready for them, and I do appreciate that she puts all the effort into hosting them and making all of this happen. So go give her a little bit of love over on her YouTube channel as well. And don't forget to go give MK a little love too. I know she is also playing along with Mix It Up Monday today, so you're going to want to go check out what she's got for you. I think I am just about done with this layout, and well, actually, it looks like I'm not done with this layout. I forgot I haven't even put all of these florals down. In case you're wondering about the photo, it is a photo of the 2 of us taken at the last retreat that we just had in April in California. She drives out for this one. She's driven out a few years now for this one. And we spend 5 days together hanging out, and it's just such a great group of ladies, and we always end up getting our goodbye picture on the last day. So I actually have 2 versions of this photo. One of us, well, actually multiples, because there's the one of us laughing, but there's also the one of us pouting. That will get probably put with the overall layout or documentation of the whole retreat. But this one, I just wanted to document our friendship. That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd really, really appreciate it. And you can hit the bell for notifications if you want to get a notification when I release a new video. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.